Hello, welcome to my channel. Before proceeding to study, please subscribe to my channel. Good day, everyone. Today, we will explore the fascinating world of blockchain technologies. We'll dive into key concepts like transaction in Bitcoin network, block mining, block propagation and block relay. Let's get started. Slide 1. Transaction in Bitcoin network. Let's start with the foundation of any Bitcoin activity in the transaction. A transaction is simply the act of transferring Bitcoin from one wallet to another. Each transaction has four key components. 1. Input refers to the sender's Bitcoin balance, which is linked to a previous transaction. Think of it as referencing money you've received in the past. 2. Output is the recipient's address and the amount being transferred. 3. The amount specifies how much Bitcoin is being sent. 4. Finally, the digital signature, a cryptographic proof, authenticates that the sender is indeed authorized to make this transaction. For example, when Alice sends 0.5 BTC to Bob, she creates a transaction, signs it with her private key, and broadcasts it to the network. The key point here is that this entire process is secure and tamper-proof, thanks to cryptography. It also eliminates the need for intermediaries like banks. Slide 2. Transaction life cycle in Bitcoin. Now that we understand what a transaction is, let's dive into its life cycle. 1. When a transaction is created, it's signed and then sent to the Bitcoin network. 2. The network's nodes validate this transaction against the blockchain. Nodes check whether the sender actually has sufficient Bitcoin and whether the transaction format is correct. 3. Once validated, the transaction enters the mempool, a temporary holding area. 4. Miners then pick transactions from the mempool to include in the next block. 5. The transaction is considered fully secure after 6 confirmations, meaning it has been included in a block and 5 more blocks have been mined afterward. Let me clarify mempool. It's like a waiting room where unconfirmed transactions are stored before being added to a block. For example, if you are buying something online using Bitcoin, your transaction will first go into the mempool before being finalized. Slide 3. Block mining. Mining is the heart of Bitcoin's security. It involves validating transactions and adding them to the blockchain. Miners solve complex mathematical problems to create a valid block, a process called proof of work (POW). Here's how it works. 1. Miners pick transactions from the mempool. 2. They then try to generate a valid hash for the block by varying the nonce, a random number used during hashing. 3. The first miner to find a valid hash broadcasts the block to the network, earning a reward in Bitcoin, currently 6.25 BTC. An important term here is the nonce. It's a number miners adjust repeatedly until they find a hash that meets the required difficulty level. Think of it as a guessing game where miners keep tweaking the nonce to win. Mining not only introduces new coins into circulation but also ensures the network is secure and decentralized. Slide 4. Proof of work in block mining. Let's delve deeper into proof of work. It's a consensus mechanism that ensures miners expend computational effort to propose valid blocks. The key idea is that solving a block is hard, but verifying the solution is easy. Now, difficulty adjustment is a fascinating concept. Every 2016 blocks, roughly every 2 weeks, the network recalibrates the difficulty level to maintain a steady block time of about 10 minutes. For example, if the combined computational power of miners increases, the network makes the problem harder to solve, ensuring that blocks aren't mined too quickly. Similarly, if computational power decreases, the problem gets easier. This balance is crucial for maintaining Bitcoin's consistency and security. It also makes the blockchain highly resistant to tampering. Slide 5. Block propagation in Bitcoin. Once a block is mined, it needs to be shared across the network. This process, called block propagation, ensures all nodes have an updated copy of the blockchain. Here's how it works. 1. The miner sends the block to its peers. 2. Each peer verifies the block's validity, ensuring all transactions are legitimate, and forwards it to its own peers. 3. Within seconds, the block reaches nodes around the world. A term worth noting here is peer nodes, which are computers in the network that directly share data without a central authority. For instance, a block mined in one country is quickly shared globally, ensuring every participant has the same blockchain view. This synchronized distribution is critical for network integrity. Slide 6. Block relay protocols. There are different methods to optimize block propagation. 1. Compact block relay reduces bandwidth usage by sending only essential information, like transaction IDs. 2. In contrast, high bandwidth relay sends complete transaction data, prioritizing speed over efficiency. Bandwidth plays a crucial role here. It's the amount of data that can be transmitted over the network. For large-scale networks like Bitcoin, efficient block relay protocols ensure fast and reliable communication. Slide 7. Challenges in block propagation. Block propagation, while essential for maintaining a synchronized blockchain network, faces several challenges. Latency issues. High latency in communication between nodes can delay block propagation, which might cause discrepancies in the network's view of the blockchain. Orphaned blocks. These arise when two miners mine valid blocks at nearly the same time. Only one of these blocks gets accepted into the main chain, while the other becomes an orphaned block, wasting computational effort. Bandwidth constraints. Limited bandwidth availability, especially in regions with poor internet infrastructure, slows down block propagation. This delay can affect the network's efficiency and synchronization. Block size limitations. Larger blocks require more time to propagate across the network, increasing the risk of forks. Miners may be incentivized to include fewer transactions per block to speed up propagation, which reduces network throughput. Geographical distribution. Nodes in remote or less connected regions might experience slower block propagation compared to those in well-connected areas. This creates an imbalance in mining opportunities and synchronization. For example, a node in a rural area with slow internet speeds may lag in receiving the latest block, giving nodes in urban areas an advantage in mining subsequent blocks. These challenges emphasize the need for optimized protocols, like compact block relay, to ensure efficient and equitable propagation. Slide 8. Real-world significance of Bitcoin's processes. Finally, let's connect all these concepts to real-world applications. 1. Bitcoin provides financial inclusion by enabling access to financial services for people without bank accounts. 2. Its decentralized security model protects the network without relying on central authorities. 3. The immutability of its records ensures trust and transparency. For instance, someone in a developing country can receive Bitcoin payments without needing a bank account. Similarly, companies can use the blockchain to verify supply chain integrity, ensuring that data hasn't been tampered with.